Hi guys, welcome back to the Kop TV. A special shout out to today's sponsor, the fantastic audio debating app. It's O'Milly, right? Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, I'm going live with Maz, big Brighton fan from the Seagull Social podcast. Big up to Ben Spalding, also part of that. And we'll be going live at 5 to debate the big game on Saturday. Diaz or Cody Gakpo, that's what we'll be debating. But from a Brighton fan's perspective, obviously played them last night, again in the league on Saturday. So it's a hot debate we're going to be talking about tomorrow on the app. So download it. Put your picture in. You get a very amusing / quite actually accurate AI avatar made. You'll laugh. It's brilliant. Get involved. You can download the app via our link in the description and get involved and debate with us. You can jump on the stage, the center stage, and have your say. Will it be you? Join me and Maz, 5 o'clock on the app tomorrow. Get involved. Right. Welcome back to the Kop TV, right? Big up to you. Smash that like button, get your comments in. I want lineup predictions, score predictions for this game against Brighton at Anfield. I'm going to be there, front and centre of the Kop, row 2. Can't wait for it. And of course, we've got fan cams after. So if you haven't already subscribed, you're going to be missing out on some big content. We're at Leverkusen next week. We're at Villa next week as well. 3 home games, then it's an international break. Massive period for Liverpool and the Kop TV. So get involved, subscribe if you have not already. Match preview time again for Brighton again. We played them last night. You can go back and see the instant match reaction. The match day vlog was brilliant last night from Box Park. Big shout out to them as always. They always look after us there. Slowly, weekly. You know, as big Liverpool games are shown there, it's slowly becoming the number one destination to watch football in the city centre with the big screen, the food, the drinks. It's great. So get involved with that if you haven't already. Watch the content we've put out. Watch the content we're doing at the weekend. You get the drill. Let's jump into this then. You saw Ben Spalding on the last preview in the week. He said Liverpool would win 3-1. He was obviously mudded after we beat them 3-2. But he's also previewed this game. Now, he thinks they're getting revenge on Saturday, guys. So take this one with a little bit of pinch of salt. But here's Ben Spalding from the Seagull Social with his thoughts on the game on Saturday.
On Saturday, we'll get our revenge, mate. So I'm looking forward to Saturday now. I was impressed by the way we played. No, we made a lot of changes. You made a lot of changes, but obviously your squad's going to be a lot stronger than ours. But I think, both defences weren't really too great. Matt's Weaver, he gave that goal, like I said in the preview, he gave a goal away against Wolves. And he's pretty much done the same for you guys. That third goal, the Diaz goal, he was just stood there, like his body language was awful, trying to clear it. They just looked like an absolute donkey. So hopefully he won't be playing on Saturday. But yeah, I thought Tarek Lamptey had a really, really good game until... Actually, tell a lie. So yeah, he had a really, really good game. Messaged all my group chats being like, Lamptey's back, he's cooking. And then he made 2 of those mistakes and he's not cooking, he's in fact cooked. He's done. That was, 2 awful errors from him. And we gifted you those goals. I guess you could say the same for Kwanzaa. The deflection. I can't even remember the other one right now. I've erased that game from my memory. What was the other one? He gave the ball away, didn't he? Yeah, that was good. That was really good fun to watch. But yeah, you guys played well. Gakpo, the first goal was phenomenal. The second ones, we kind of gifted you them really, didn't we? So yeah, disappointing one, mate. Would have been nice to go through. Got Southampton in the next round, but Arsenal I think are the bookies' favourites, but I reckon surely Liverpool are going to be winning it now that City are out. So yeah, best of luck in the competition. If you win it, it makes this loss look a lot better for us. So here's AGT. Hopefully we'll speak soon and roll on Saturday in the Premier League. Peace.
So right, he's going for it, big time. Ben thinks the Seagulls are coming to poop on the parade. I tell you what, right, living in Liverpool, living near the seaside or the coastal area, beach down the road, obviously in Formby and Crosby. But the Seagulls, I've never met in my life more aggressive Seagulls than the ones I've met in Liverpool. Not only do they want to take your chips, they want everything. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The size of them, incredible. So yeah, they ain't winning on Saturday. I've lost to them a few times in the past. So we got to beat the Seagulls. But the stats here, I'm not going to lie, they're not great. After winning each of their first 6 Premier League games against Brighton, Liverpool have now won just 2 of their last 8. That's mental. to be honest. But obviously you have to credit Brighton. That was under Graham Potter, and obviously De Zerbi, they got some draws against us. However, we did win this game 2-1 last season. Brighton have taken 5 points from their last 4 away games at Anfield. 1 win, 2 draws and a loss, more than they managed in the first 11 visits to Anfield, where they lost 9. So the first 9 games against Brighton versus the second 9 in our history together are 2 different stories, a game of 2 halves. We need to make sure this third era now is Liverpool basically winning every time against Brighton. We lost to them in the Cup when Matoma made Joe Gomez look like Ice Spice, obviously. We lost to them heavily in the league. It was one of Klopp's darkest days, if we're honest. It was that defeat and the Wolves defeat that I remember him doing that to the crowd, and I was thinking, that's not a good picture. But he didn't, in the end, it was fine. Well, we didn't win the league, so it's probably down to those 2 games, to be honest. But yeah, tough game, Brighton. They always are dogged. They're always so interchangeable that you never really know which side you're going to come up against. Sometimes amazing, sometimes not so, as Gattuso said, less politely. But they've got great players. Adingra caused us problems the other night. I thought Ruta, is it Guta? Giovanni Ruta? He's a good player. Very tidy on the ball. Danny Welbeck knows the game inside out against these defenders these days. He can always pop up with a goal. Mitoma, obviously. João Pedro, I think he's injured. But then it's defensively where they're let down a little bit. But they have started the season well. Let's not lie. And they could have done with this squad in Europe this season. They probably wouldn't have gone out. So I'm wary of them. I'm not going to lie to you. We had a lesser team in Forest, with all due respect. This season Forest are doing well. But when we were previewing this game for Forest, we're more wary of Brighton than Forest, and we lost to Forest. So that attitude, that mentality cannot happen and will not happen. But get on this, Brighton, and I wanted to touch on this because we've seen Brentford start really sharp this season. Last season, as you know, I think Liverpool conceded in 22 games first, and then obviously had to claw it back. But Brighton have opened the scoring, and I don't like this stat. Brighton have opened the scoring in each of their last 4 Premier League meetings with Liverpool. Right, so we're always coming back against Brighton. Have only gone on to win 1 of these games though, drawing 2 and losing 1. And get on this, only Arsenal have been behind for less time in the Premier League games this season than Liverpool, 75 minutes. That's mad. Arsenal 41. When behind, the Reds have faced just 2 shots and conceded an XG of 0.3 per 90. And Brighton have scored 16 goals from an XG of 13 in the Prem, netting roughly 3 more than expected. So they can score, we know that. But at Anfield, you hope to tie it up early and not really have that kind of Klopp-esque finish as if we had yesterday. So that's your preview. Let's get into the lineups. It will be Kelleher. Big shout out to Yaros, and we shouted him out in the fan cams yesterday. What a performance from him yesterday. Big up to the Czech lad from St. Helens, I think it is. So shout out to him, was great, but Kelleher will be back with Trent, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson. Or would you go Tsimikas? I'm asking you that because after last night you think Robertson had an absolute howler. We won the game and he was captain. And there were a couple of instances where he was off it. But I'm still backing him, right? I know people are saying his legs have gone. Maybe I'm over positive sometimes. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I just believe in my players. An example of that was, when everyone was slating me for saying, let's keep Luis Diaz instead of getting Anthony Gordon. And I went, why would we do that? We've got Luis Diaz. And now look at him. You've got to believe in the players. We haven't bought them for no reason. So I'm getting behind the lads. And I think Andy Robertson has still got it. He's still a top left back. Obviously you'd probably say that his prime years are past him, but he still starts for me with the experience every week. I liked Endo last night, but obviously Ryan Gravenberch was on a date with his missus last night, still watching the game, so he'll come back in, fresh legs hopefully, after that night. And then obviously in the midfield McAllister comes back in and Szoboszlai, or would it be Curtis Jones? I'm going Curtis Jones, because I didn't like the fact that last night Szoboszlai didn't smash it when he had that chance one-on-one when Gakpo broke. So I'm going to go with Curtis Jones. Now, this is the conundrum, right? Liverpool fans, it's 50-50 right now. What are you in the chat right now? Do you start Gakpo or Diaz on the left wing? I'll let you digest that, because if you ask me, gun to my head right now, I couldn't tell you. I'm 50-50. 50-50. I can't choose, right? Gakpo's given us these Minamino-esque performances in the Carabao Cup, and we love it. 4 goals in 2. He's desperate for a Premier League goal, obviously, but gets his goals nonetheless. So, it's tough. Who would you pick, Haas? Diaz or Gakpo? Gakpo. Producer says Gakpo. But I don't listen to him. Diaz gets the start. And then up front, it's Darwin Núñez, La Pantera. Love him to get a Premier League goal as soon as possible. It's been a while since that Brentford one. And then, not Brentford, sorry, Bournemouth. And then, obviously, it's Mo Salah, isn't it? And then off the bench, Gakpo, Tsimikas, Joe Gomez, Endo. Jota isn't back yet. I doubt Chiesa will be involved. We're obviously going to hear the press conference tomorrow, so looking forward to that. See injury wise where we're at. I'd love to see Harvey Elliott back as soon as possible. I'd love to see more of Chiesa, and then obviously Alisson get back as soon as possible, hopefully after the international break. So anyway, that is your team prediction. Let me know in the chat. Agree, disagree. Score prediction. Score prediction. I will go with if we turn up and score and we're on it early, it could be 4-1, if I'm honest. It could also be 1-0. They could draw. I mean, because of the Forest game, now I've got a bit of a disposition, and I can't underestimate anyone. You'd think these are routine home wins, but they're not. They're never like that. But I'll go... it's tough, this one. I'll go 3-1. Let me know in the chat, do you agree or not? Let me know about your injury thoughts, who's coming back, who should be starting, Curtis Jones, Soboslai, Diaz, Gakpo. And then, like I said, we'll be outside the ground after with fan cams. Still and only Liverpool fan channel that does the fan cams outside the ground. There's a feeling that when you do fan cams, you can't really replace that in a studio. It's the atmosphere, you feel it. If you're in the ground, you've watched it from a different perspective, and you go outside and speak to fans. I love it. I'll never stop doing it on the Kop TV. So make sure if you're at the game, you come over and say hi. And then, loads more great content to come. Hopefully with a chart-topping artist on Hot Topics on Monday as well. But anyway, tune in more to find out. See you after the game Saturday. Remember to download on Millie, our sponsors for this video. Myself and Maz are going live at 5 tomorrow, Friday, the 1st of November. And we're going to be discussing Diaz or Gakpo, who starts in that. So make sure you download the app. You can do it with us in the description. We've got the QR code on the screen as well. And make sure you gamble aware when you are playing, yeah? Because I'll tell you what, you're gambling on who's going to win the debates. You can vote your winners or losers, so make sure you pick your boy. Take care, all the best.